Easy work. I ain't got to worry about it. Like I said before, I'm fighting Jake Paul's brother, Logan Paul. He's a young, hungry lion. Easy work. The great GOAT, TBE, Floyd Money Mayweather, announces his return. He's fighting an exhibition with Logan Paul. It has now been rescheduled, confirmed from none other than TBE, the undefeated Mayweather himself. Easy work. Smash the like button. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel. If you're first time hearing my voice, consider subscribing. Mayweather posted this 7 days ago, about a week ago. Floyd said, these are the 5 cities at the top of the list for Mayweather versus Logan Paul. Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Miami, Dallas, or Atlanta. And he said, where do you think that fight should be? So he prepped people, let people know, that it was still going to get rescheduled. Surprise, surprise, motherfucker. Floyd Mayweather, June 6th, Miami. Mayweather Promotions, Famio with Showtime. Mayweather versus Logan Paul. The champ, the Maverick. June 6th. Mayweather Promotions, Famio, and Showtime. The return. So it's now official. In true Floyd fashion, Floyd Mayweather is going to do his announcements. He does his all. A lot of people, there's reporters and stuff that were speculating, and people had the wrong dates. They said he was fighting June 5th and things like that. 4 minutes ago, 31,000 plus views. If I refresh it, this number will probably jump as well. Mayweather, June 6th, Logan Paul. Now, different people are going to feel different ways about the fight. Floyd Mayweather, what I'm looking at is he's already done 22 years of hard labor, fought top guys, stuff like that. Age 45 or whatever age he is right now, he's doing entertainment. He's looking for entertainment. He's looking to entertain the fans, and that's what he's doing, exhibitions. That's why you're seeing Tenshin Nasukawa. He got some business dealings with some prominent people in Japan. It says, Floyd Mayweather, June 6th, 2021, hashtag Miami. Me and Logan Paul will be fighting at the Hard Rock Stadium. Mayweather Promotions, Famio, and Showtime Boxing have come together to bring an epic event. Tickets will be going on sale starting next week. Hashtag Mayweather Promotions, hashtag Famio, hashtag Showtime Boxing, hashtag Mayweather Paul, hashtag bragging rights. Listen, say what you want, but Floyd, he's smart. People like Logan Paul, his brother Jake Paul in boxing, just the fact that Jake Paul is on a knockout streak in boxing, and there's a significant weight difference between Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul, that in itself, so even though I know Jake Paul is the one knocking people out in three rounds, and then Logan Paul has a loss to KSI in the rematch, his first professional bout, but it's boxing. It's a novelty entertainment type of fight. Floyd, inactive. He's fighting. Listen, first of all, it's a black fighter versus a white fighter. So, just like they say, sex sells, race sells as well. You know what I mean? 2, it's like a crossover fight. It's like an actual professional boxer and then somebody who started boxing that comes from the influencer. So you're combining 2 different fan bases, if you will, and they collide all as one. Floyd Mayweather, he stays in shape. It's the interesting thing. They announced this fight, and then they later kind of weren't ready for it or whatever. I think because when they first announced it, they just said, see, he's in shape right now. They said Famio pay-per-view. But I think Floyd wanted to bring Showtime along. Steven Espinoza also has done interviews, and he corrected people saying the June 5th date was wrong. That was never the date, and that they're going to support Floyd. They've done great business together, and if this is where Floyd is in his career and what he wants to do, then it is what it is. Another reason why I'm not mad at this fight is because I just put it in its own box. Like what Jake Paul's doing, I'm not mad at that either. I just put it in its own kind of little bracket. This is a fight going to take place on a Sunday. It's in Miami. Leonard Ellerbe just recently said in an interview that this is going to be unlike past Floyd fights. They're going to do it big and do different stuff. I think Floyd's in Miami in this picture. Yeah, it says Miami Beach, you see? So he spends a lot of time in Miami. He probably has a lot of good relationships out there. And that's, a couple of interesting dynamics there. One, it's the exhibition, so it won't affect his record, the 50-0 stuff. So that's one reason that some people, the detractors, the naysayers, the haters that are just don't like Floyd Mayweather, this doesn't even affect his record, win, lose, or draw. So it's not like he's going to be 51-0. To my knowledge, this is an exhibition. 2, it's a Sunday fight. 3, it represents money, and at the end of the day, they call him Money Mayweather for a reason, and he's already given you a certified Hall of Fame career, right? You see that people have no problem when it's certain people that are trying to do novelty fights. Like Floyd said he was fighting Conor McGregor, and people like De La Hoya and Canelo and Triple G, they all came out and reprimanded Floyd and said he was hurting boxing. He was ruining, Triple G was talking, oh yeah, not true fight. It's not fight, it's business drama show, And he was saying he has the true fight. But Golovkin is still in his professional career, not doing exhibitions. And look at his last opponent, a guy with 21 fights and 5 knockouts, Kamil Sesmeta, that no one's ever heard of. So if you look at it, that fight doesn't represent money. Purists, boxing fans, casual boxing fans, who wanted to see Triple G versus Kamil Sesmeta? But they told you he had to fight him, so the fight happened. And the fight wasn't even a good fight. You see what I'm saying? That's a solid fit. He looking like the legend of Bagger Vance out here. But because they told you Triple G had to fight this guy that no one had ever heard of, we were supposed to, love it. And that's what I'm saying. So what's the difference? Floyd is 45 years old. Look at Canelo's last fight. Canelo just fought a guy we've never even heard of. Average Pilgrim, Avni Yildirim. And Floyd already beat Canelo. You know what I mean? He already beat Canelo. He's already given you a certified Hall of Fame career. So to me, it's not even, I don't see why everyone gets all bent out of shape. Like, oh, this is bad for boxing. Like, listen, it is what it is. And at the end of the day, companies, especially in this pandemic stuff, they're trying to make money. Logan Paul, I don't think he beats Floyd. I don't see that happening. But at the end of the day, based on he's a good promoter, he's a good self-starter, he's a good influencer, things like that. So who knows? All these TikTok fans and little kids and his fan base, they might mess around a bit because, listen, when it came to Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor, I told you Conor ain't winning that fight in boxing. There's no way. I didn't see it. I went to that fight. I covered it. I was credentialed media for that fight. I had a great fight week, a great time, and the fight was entertaining and everything like that. But let me tell you, there was droves of Conor McGregor fans with red hair paint and fake beards and Irish flags and stuff buying into what Conor was doing. And I was just thinking, who the fuck is that? Thinking he could really beat him. They were saying Floyd was going to be 49-1 and had pictures of Floyd Sr. saying it was Floyd Mayweather. So that shows you the power and the influence of social media and having showmanship and the gift of gab. So from what I've seen, Jake Paul and Logan Paul, they definitely got that. Like if you look at Jake Paul's troll game and social media, going on Instagram and doing stories, I'm just being real. He's branding himself, whether you like him or not. Jake Paul is branding himself a lot better. He looked just like his daddy. Like, you know what I'm saying? The younger version of his dad right there. That's crazy. Jake Paul is branding himself better than actual skilled, dope boxers. See, the thing with boxing is there's a lot of these boxers that are great fighters, but they're introverted or whatever. So if they're not in fight camp, you never even hear from them. You don't see their social media presence. And then you wonder why they're not big household names. Their promoter a lot of times ain't really doing nothing major for them. People like Floyd Mayweather, he became a household name. My mom don't watch a lick of boxing, but she know who Floyd is, right? He became a household name because on top of being a great fighter and a generational fighter, he's a great self-promoter. You know what I mean? And whether Jake Paul and Logan Paul, they're that too. They know how to promote what they're doing and get people mad at them or whatever the case have you, you know? So I'll definitely watch it. This is cool. Showtime schedule. They got real, see, and this is the thing. Showtime people, Showtime giving you a little bit of everything. You got shows and podcasts and stuff on Showtime. And the reason why I don't trip about, if Showtime had a weak schedule and they didn't have no real fights, then I would be angry. But Showtime's giving the boxing purist a dope, great 5-month calendar. So when I look at this and I see Luis Nitty and Brandon Figueroa, winner is going to fight Stephen Coolboy Fulton. I see the return of Benavidez versus a former champion, Jose Uzcategui. I see my boy Guillermo El Chicao Rigandao versus John Riel Casimiro. Jermell Charlo, Brian Castano, Unification. Lil Chris Colbert, B-Hop. I don't think he goes by that anymore. Gamboa, Tank, Barrios, 140. Erickson Lubin, Jason Rosario, pay-per-view. Jamal Charlo versus Juan Montiel, who just knocked out Kirkland in 1 round. Nordine Ayubali versus Nonito Donaire reschedule. They're giving you great fights for the purists. So at the best, you know, you pick and choose. It's like Netflix has a ton of shows and content, and not everything. They might have shows that are intended for a different group, like gay and lesbian group. And if that's not your cup of tea, or you're not gay or lesbian, you don't want to watch that show, then you don't watch that show. They have children's shows, but you might not be a child, so you don't watch that show. So I really don't even look too far into it. I feel like a lot of people front on Floyd, and you know, they're gonna hate and say, oh, this is ridiculous, Floyd did this. But they said the same thing with Conor McGregor. And then after Floyd fought Conor McGregor, everybody called out Conor McGregor, and Pacquiao was trying to fight him, and the only reason that fight didn't go down, we found out later that they had a fight that was pretty much done. Conor just lost to Poirier, and now he has to avenge that in a trilogy. So how is it okay for Oscar De La Hoya, Canelo to call out Conor McGregor after Floyd beats him, and Pacquiao was lined up to fight this novelty fight? But when it's a black fighter like Floyd Mayweather, who's the trendsetter, and he does things on his own time, everyone has a problem with it. Now everyone wants to fight UFC fighters. Kamaru Usman's calling out Jake Paul, vice versa. You know, but when Floyd was fighting a UFC fighter and Conor, people shamed it. So I don't think Floyd cares. He's, 45, making his own. He's made his own money. He's made his own path. So he's going to do what he wants to do. And I don't blame him. Look at these fans. Look at these fickle fans. Look at these fickle fans. No matter what, they seem angry with the decisions you make. So F it. Be about you. Be about your family. Let's go. So it's official. It's on the story too. It's in Miami too. He's usually fighting in Vegas. So I'll be tapped in. Shout out to Showtime, Floyd Mayweather, and Logan Paul. We'll see how this event goes. That's where we're at in 2021. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We working. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.